Well, hey, here we are, week 7 last week. It's been a great run for me. I hope you've enjoyed it. The final exam, of course, is this week, and that's the biggie. It will be open from noon on Friday through Sunday night at midnight. But it's timed. It doesn't mean that you have that long to take the test. When you log in, it'll be a time test, and you'll just have that amount of time to get finished. And so be sure that when you sit down to take it, that you have a block of time that you're going to be able to finish the test at that one time. Not only is it time, but it's time for one block of time. So when you log in, you need to finish it at that point. Some of you have had online classes before and you're very familiar with this. Maybe others, though, have not had online classes, and this will all be new for you. So you log in, take the test, and then I'll grade it and get it back to you as soon as I can. I'll have all of your papers graded by tomorrow night. So on Monday night, my deadline is midnight Monday night. So I'll be sure to have all those ready for you. I know when I turn in papers, I want to see how I did and get the grades, and so I'm going to get them to you as quickly as I can. I am doing a discussion question this week. We didn't last week, but because I know the paper is so time consuming. But we will have one this week. It's just one, and it'll be kind of a wrap up type of question, and so make sure you get engaged in that. I think you'll enjoy talking with one another for your last week together in this particular class. And when I say that I've enjoyed the class, it's been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed a lot of your all of your posts have been great. You've been very substantive, and that's not always the case. So I appreciate the fact that you have been quite substantive in your posting. Your thoughts have been deep and reflective, and I appreciate that. That's been very good. I'm not going to talk about Chan this week. I told you that I would try to. I have been working on it this past week and trying to think of how I could work some of that in and where it wouldn't be overwhelming for you. But I just think that's probably too much on this run. I wish I would have done better with that, and my apologies to you. It is really good material. The whole concept of culture is a huge concept. Wayne Cordero, one of our Foursquare pastors, has written extensively about the culture of your organization. So Chan does that, and he really breaks it down. He talks about different aspects of the culture, how to change your culture, which is not an easy process. And he really talks about the fact that no matter how great your vision is, your strategies are that you have in place, if the culture isn't one that values people and one that's encouraging and positive and optimistic and all those kinds of things, your vision and strategy are just going to fail. So I do hope that you will keep the book, that you will utilize it and read it. I decided what I would do this week is basically I put up a PowerPoint review for your exam, and that's really all you need. There's really no need for me to walk through it. So if you will go through that PowerPoint that we have this week as your review, and then of course that will mean you'll have to track back through some of the other PowerPoints, at least one lecture video that you're going to need to go back and review, and then also of course do some reading in Clinton and Kouzes and Posner along with those questions. I think it'll be a very easy test for you. I hope it is. I hope that you will. I mean, my goal for testing is really very simple. It is to help you process what you have learned and just kind of be able to gauge that. It's not to trick you or to make it difficult or anything like that. So hopefully it'll be very good for you. Now, a couple thoughts about the class itself, just as a wrap up. The class, of course, is leadership development, and oh, by the way, one more thing on the test. I think I have 3 or 4 essay questions that's going to be reflecting how you are processing one component of Kouzes and Posner, or how you're processing a developmental phase of Clinton. Also, a little bit about your leadership style. I think the essay questions are that. And then I have quite a few, after I think 10 fill in the blanks, multiple choice not multiple choice, but fill in the blank questions, and then there's 2 bonus questions to go with it that will help you. Maybe if you just had one you got stuck on, the bonus questions will give you little pointers to pull you back up a little bit. Now, about the class in general, I want to say this to you. Some of you, it's amazing to me the spectrum that we have, students just starting out in their studies and their ministry. Some of you have been seasoned in ministry. Others of you have been very engaged in the secular world and transitioning to ministry. So it's quite a wide spectrum of students in our class. And so I want to say to you, in terms of this material, Kouzes and Posner and Clinton, as well as Chan and as well as Olson, they're all very, very thorough, well presented texts for you in terms of leadership. I hope that you will hang on to these books, reference them, maybe even reference some of the material in the class. And I kind of come to you really, it's interesting that I'm teaching this class. I was asked kind of late to do it and picked it up. But I've actually been in the ministry for many years, have in many ways would be considered, have had success at different aspects. I was a very successful youth pastor, campus pastor at Texas A&M. But then when I came into the senior pastorate, I've had a wonderful ministry experience. I love teaching the Word. I love working with people. That's such a joy. Doing funerals, it's amazing the ministries that God's made available there. And all those kinds of things have been so rich and so rewarding. But the area that I felt like I lacked the most was in really being able to lead ministry forward in a way that was dynamic and powerful. So a number of years ago, I decided, I'm tired of this. I'm gonna do something about this, and I went back to school to get my master's degree in leadership, a leadership degree, and specifically just to help me do better as a pastor. Well, that began a process of time. Now I'm in a doctoral program, and I see God's unfolding all new things, and that's a different story. But what I want to say is, having taken that leadership degree has made an amazing difference in my own personal life, my own personal ministry. What I discovered for myself, and what I see in many, many pastors, at least at my sphere of friends, is that they're wonderful ministers, wonderful men and women of God. They love people, they love God, they are so effective at touching people's lives, but we just really never received any kind of training in leadership, and it's been very detrimental to the effectiveness of what we do. So I'm giving you a personal testimony because I'm hoping that you will embrace what we've learned in this class, that you will make it a part of your personal development, that you will not let yourself get into a rut, that you will continue to grow in the area of leadership. Take leadership classes when you get a chance. Hang out with strong leaders who model and mentor, that will help you, and seek the Lord. I mean, that's really how I started, just really seeking God. God, I need to be stronger in this area. Then my denomination, Foursquare, opened a great program, a master's in strategic leadership, and so I knew that was the way to go. So just seek God, ask Him, how do I grow in this area? And I believe it's important. It's important that we are strong men and women of God, but it's also important that we're able to lead and to do so effectively. So I've enjoyed it. Thank you so much for all that you've put into the class, and I pray that you'll do great on the test. And again, I say it every week, but if you have any questions, please call or email, and I've heard from several of you all through the class, and you're more than welcome to do that. Thanks so much. God bless.